I just finished watching Ninjago Dragons Rising and I have to talk about it. Well, I didn't just finish watching it. By the time this video comes out, it probably would have been about a week since it came out, but that's besides the point. I still want to talk about it. A lot of this season so far is pretty good in my opinion. And like at the start, Aaron talks about the merge and what it was about and all that. And I also like that it's been a few years since the events have crystallized. And speaking of crystallized, there were a few things from there that don't seem like they're going to be shown in the show. Firstly, how the original 4 ninja got their powers back. If you forgot, at the end of Crystallized, after the ninja turned into dragons, they lost their elemental powers, and at the start of Dragons Rising, we see they all have no problem using their powers, except Jay and Cole. Where are they? Also, doesn't it seem a bit weird how everyone has just seemed to forgotten about them? With Jay, the only mention of him was from Nia, and I don't recall anyone ever mentioning Cole at all. Anyway, the second thing from Crystallized that wasn't mentioned in the show was Rumi. She was at the monastery at the end of Crystallized, and before the merge, she was at the monastery, so where'd she go? And finally, I don't think we'll be seeing Lloyd actually using his Oni powers anytime soon, especially because the show is focusing a lot on the powers that the dragons can give to the ninja, and especially the powers that the matriarch at the end of Dragons Rising Part 1 gave to Lloyd. It doesn't really seem like we'll be seeing the Oni power anytime soon. Anyway, after the whole merge thing, we see Aaron and Zora fighting these robots and then going to their house. And then the next day, they enter a mech race and then come across baby Ryu and Raptor trying to chase him. So Aaron and Zora leave the race and go to rescue him. And what I don't understand is, why couldn't they just finish the race, win, and then get Ryu? It makes no sense to me. Anyway, long story short, they fight each other on a bridge. Aaron, Zora, and Ryu all fall off the bridge. Ryu gives Zora her tech powers, and they live, but the Lord Raz comes along, and they all get captured, and then Lloyd comes to rescue them, and that's just episode 1. Anyway, with the rest of the story, Lloyd takes Aaron and Zora under his wing, and he trains them to be ninjas, and then they fight the Imperiums, and Lloyd gets special powers from a dragon. Then they all go back to the monastery, and Aaron and Zora sneak out of the monastery to go to the Crossroads Carnival, where they help Lobo get his money back. I love Lobo. And Lloyd also learns that the people of Ninjago still remember the ninja, and that they are incredibly stupid because they don't recognize him at all. Then, back at the monastery, the OG bounty comes crashing down, so Lloyd, Aaron, and Zora go to the realm of madness, where they meet Nia and Kai. So then they all go to the Cloud Kingdom. They defeat a merge quake, and Lloyd, Kai, and Nia try to find information about the merge, but are denied by whatever these things are. Anyway, we find out that the Master of Wind is at the Cloud Kingdom, and then the ninja leave, except Nia, because she is staying to find information. Then the rest of the ninja go back to Ninjago, fight a Photak, which was created by Sora, which leads everyone, except Kai, to go to Imperium to destroy the Photak. Then, at Imperium, Sora gets forced to make more Photaks for them. Anyway, during their time at Imperium, Lloyd stumbles across a new elemental master, Wildfire, whose element is fire, which, if you didn't know, only one person can possess an element at one time, but the writers think it is okay for Kai and Wildfire to have the same element because they consistently keep on bringing it up in the show.
She's doing fire? She can't do fire. Fire's my thing.
Anyway, back at the monastery, Ghost Brew talks to Kai and tells him to go down an elevator which leads to the temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, and it so happens that Nia has found her way there as well. And then Ghost Brew tells him to repair a mechanical cocoon. I don't know. And in that cocoon is Zane. How did he get in there? Nobody knows. Anyway, Sora and Aaron try and save Ryu from the Imperium, and when they do, Sora uses her tech powers to destroy the Photaks. Then all the ninja, including all of the dragons. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Lloyd and Wildfire freed all the dragons. So yeah, they all go into the temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, and then Lloyd and Zane talk with this dragon. It gives Lloyd special powers, and then they leave the temple, they all end up in the monastery of Spinjitzu. The end. That was the story, but don't get me wrong, I like it, but I think it can still be a lot better. Let me explain. So, we know that it's been a couple of years since the merge and Dragons Rising, so I don't understand why none of the ninja have gone looking for each other. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You could still have the same story go about with Lloyd finding Aaron and Zora, and then he takes them along with him on his journey to find the other ninja, but they still get up to what they did in the actual show. But maybe that wouldn't have worked, or they have something special planned for part 2 with Jay and Cole. But yeah, that's just one of the criticisms I have of the show so far. So, there were quite a few new characters in Dragons Rising, and let's go through one by one about what I liked and disliked about them. Aaron is the orange ninja. Sorry, Skylar. I think that he's probably the best main character of the bunch. I like how he is just so different compared to the other ninja and doesn't have any special powers, so it shows that anyone can be a ninja, even me. Anyway, so yeah, I think he is an amazing character and I really like what he can do with the grappling hook, and his Spinjitzu is pretty unique. But the only thing I don't like about him is that he constantly
I lost my parents in the merge.
brings this up. Like, you said it like 100 times already. Yes, it is really sad, but how many times do you need to remind everyone? Also, Lloyd says that he could be better than all of the other ninja one day, and that just didn't sit well with me whatsoever. The first 2 seasons of the show were all about the Green Ninja and how amazing and legendary he is, and now they're saying that some random kid could be the best. I know it could just be a throwaway line, and Lloyd was just trying to cheer him up. But I feel like the writers wouldn't have put that in there if they didn't have any big plans for him. So anyway, Aaron is a solid character. Next up is Zora, and just like Aaron, I really like her. Yeah, she's another mechanic character like Jay, Nia, Zane and Pixel, but she is different because she can do it super fast and without any tools. Sorry Pixel bots, but you have just been replaced. And speaking of Pixel, where was she? Why are there so many main characters missing? Anyway, Zora's past before the merge is also pretty interesting. Basically, she was extremely smart, so the lead scientist in Imperium wanted to exploit her knowledge to make the Photak weapons, but she refused because they were torturing the dragons, and even grown-up Zora still is an animal person. I probably could have phrased that better, but yeah. We see that when she goes to rescue Ryu from the claws of Imperium O, and also her real name is Anna, so yeah, she is another extremely solid character. So, Ryu kind of reminds me of Baby Groot. He can't talk, but he is cute. He is basically only there to give Sora powers, but he has a fun relationship with Aaron and Sora, and I really like that part of the show, and I'm excited for what his future has in the show. This season's villains are the Claws of Imperium, and they are basically a rip-off of Season 9's Dragon Hunters. The only notable member of this clan are Empress Beatrix, Rapton, and Lord Raz, but at the end of episode 10, Lord Raz is thrown in an Imperium prison cell, so I can only assume that somewhere down the track he will join the ninja team, and maybe even reveal that he is from Chima, everyone's favourite Lego show. Anyway, Rapton is kind of the idiot henchman of this army, and sadly he isn't Sharks from Hands of Time like everyone thought he was, unless he is in deep, deep undercover. And finally, Empress Beatrix. I'm not sure what my opinion is on her yet, because I definitely feel like she has been saved for a much larger role in part 2 of Dragons Rising. But overall, I did enjoy it. Yes, I think I did. And what do I rate it? Well, you have to find out. I'm still not 100% sure on where I would rank it, and I will be making a seasons ranking video pretty soon, but it'll probably come out in about a month or 2, and there you'll be able to see my overall thoughts on Dragons Rising and my rating. So yeah, what is your thoughts on Dragons Rising? Did you like it? Leave your opinions or disagreements or even agreements in the comments below. And as always, see you later. Be Ninja.